Hello, YouTube. Alpha White Wolf bringing you the latest addition to the If the Emperor Had Text-to-Speech Device Reaction playlist on my channel. Episode 27, A Cat to Yarn, a Bird to Folly. So, considering that the kind of main character is Kitten, he has got to have some part to play in this. And I have been kind of inspired to really go hard into getting these next couple episodes done, because I just saw that yesterday the 29th episode has uploaded, and I'm so close to being caught up with all this. So, before we get too far into this, I will say that after I'm done watching this episode, because from what I remember, the next one should be the Draco podcast reaction. And then after that, I'm probably going to try and look into some of the side stuff. Like there's one, Shadow over Immaterium, that I want to look into. There's the Behemoth stuff, the Fate of the Alpha Legion. There's just so much stuff. And really, most importantly, the poll that was on Twitter, that was on Gaming Glorious' Twitter page recently, voted that the Rogel Dorn Primarch video from Voldemort is the one that will unanimously be voted at, was unanimously voted as the next thing to watch after the text-to-speech series. So, once that's all caught up, once that's all done, hop over to Voldemort's channel and I'll take a look at that video. I know a decent amount about Rogel Dorn because he is one of my favorite Primarchs, and his Legion is one of my favorite Space Marine Legions. But I'm curious to see what Baldhorn has to say on him. But, disclaimer. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with our uploads. Make sure you ring the bell icon to be notified of any additions to the channel roster. To the video roster, I mean. If you have suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comments. And if you like the video, indicate so down below. In the description will be a link to Gaming Glorious' Twitter page, so head over there and follow us on that. There has been a slight pause in uploads to that because really there's been just insanity at my work. It is crazy. But also in the description will be a link to the original video by Bruva Alfabusa. His stuff is hilarious. Go ahead and check that out because this, I'm just looking at this, this has over 1.5 million views. It is over a year old, so understandable. But 1.5 million views, that is impressive. That is very impressive. But let's get into what you actually came here to get into. Alright, so everything's looking good, recording's going. Video is a go in 3, 2, 1, and play. It's the middle of the day, why am I yawning?
We're actually back on Terra?
We're actually back on Terra.
We're actually back on Terra!
How absolutely golden.
Yes!
I recognize that box.
You can't imagine how much I
Fate of the Alpha Legion 3.
I'm finally home.
We haven't been gone for that long, you know.
What? We've been gone long enough to fit in a stale road trip, a failed attempt at breaking an entry, a fratricide, and the procuring of Corvus Corax's eternal animosity.
I don't find any enjoyment in you putting it like that.
We've been meandering like a quarter-charge powerlifter in a dumpy warehouse. We have definitely been gone for that long, Magnus.
Vulcan almost broke my spine!
You don't have a bloody spine, you golden tosser!
Fuck you, Lehman! Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
Nuts to Lehman. You've got 2 other brothers to worry about.
Your weakness shows.
Oh, come on! It's not like I killed Vulcan. He is unkillable, lest you forget.
What makes you so sure he still is?
I could sense his regeneration as keenly as my ever-present back pain. He's very much alive, I'm sure of it.
Good.
What, you thought some figure had gone and stabbed the perpetuality out of him or something?
And what if I did?
I think it can
The saying
happen.
goes, only a Primarch can kill a Primarch. You forget.
That's not how that works.
Conrad Kurz was assassinated by a mortal!
What? That's entirely irrelevant. Why would you even mention that?
Because it's true!
It disproves what you said, Kitten.
Being right is always relevant!
Exactly.
You're completely missing my
You
point.
don't have a point
Yes!
to make!
Yes, I bloody well do!
No, you bloody well
I
don't!
say
Stop. Sad fight.
Look! Shut up! I, Magnus, am right.
no!
You, companion, are wrong.
No.
And I will now proceed to inform you as to why.
No!
Vulcan
It's a lot more
still has his
confrontational.
overpowered regenerative abilities. Thus, not even a fellow Primarch can kill him.
No.
Not me, not Russ,
No.
not Angron, and not Conrad Kurz. And he tried.
No.
Really, really hard.
No!
With a fork.
No!
In the case of every other Primarch, as far as we know, all of them can be killed by conventional means.
Would you make me a sandwich?
Yes.
Like being assassinated. I say an assassin! So there! I have obliterated your foundation. I am right. You can get off my bright red ass.
Oh no! My meager jerkin of legitimate concern is absolutely obliterated by your great stonking nitpick cannon!
I'd personally call it an intellectual inferno cannon.
Righty-ho! Use the scribbling Armageddon then. Hey, Magnus! As the assassin laid into him, Comrade Curtis could have chowed down on some Primarch cyanide. You been debunked, mate? How's it feel?
No, he hasn't.
Debunked!
Exactly.
Where in the warp would he find Primarch cyanide?
I don't know. Some Factorum milking Noctis juices out of blood rubbish, see?
What, deep in the kinky underbelly of Mars?
I was gonna say the phalanx of Mars works too.
Flying bionic fetuses were the Motion Mechanicus' idea for nice window dressing, so I suppose it makes sense.
And the entire planet is one big car boot sale.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Mars and boot sales, first off, are we cool now?
Not really.
Alright, great. So, I know we only
I
just
do like his
returned to
room.
Terra, but could you run, let's call it an errand for me? A final one?
I don't think so. There we go.
What?
I can only handle so much slapstick in a century, Magnus. I have a palace to keep. Be seeing you.
I haven't even told you the plan yet!
I don't give shit!
Departing now.
But, companion! We're going to revive Father!
That got his attention.
Seems like got your attention.
What is it you want me to do? Tell me immediately.
You're not mad anymore?
Yes!
Yes, you're mad, or yes, you're not mad?
Let's go to my office!
Wow. Okay.
I have a plan. One final plan.
We've seen how well this turns
Shall
out.
see the Imperium of 12,000 years ago rise from the carcass that remains, free from corruption, bureaucracy, and booinged baby meat.
This is my office, you know.
Companion, have you ever heard of the Proteus Protocol?
Only briefly. It's a form of technology, correct?
Oh yes, a mythical one at that. The Proteus Protocol allows for the engrammatic knowledge, personality, will, and memory of any given individual to be transferred into a new body. With it, we could revive Father through a swift and painless mind transplantation. Without him even realizing, we would grant him new flesh, saving him from the Golden Throne, ridding him of his pain and irrationality, bringing him back to the fore of the Imperium where he can actually do some good, lifting mankind to a new age, an age of understanding. All this thanks to me! And you.
I'm sorry, Magnus, but I'm doubting the veracity of your ambitions.
You don't have a good track
Is there anything
record.
about this protocol you haven't mentioned?
Well, the technology is forbidden by Imperial law. But,
What's that worth?
according to intelligence stripping down the heretical grapevine, The Dark Mechanicum and its myriad of progressive cults.
You mean a technophila demographic?
Yeah, those guys. They claim the knowledge behind the Proteus Protocol is stored in secret data vaults at the depths of Mars itself.
A Chaos worshipper being a trustworthy source of information is about as probable as their living quarters being tidy.
Stop being fussy for just a moment, because here comes the clincher. Based on information extracted from some highly classified Mechanicus intel I dug up after we saved the High Lords, it turns out the Fabricator General himself is making use of this technology to avoid death.
The Fabricator General? Wow, I always did think it was a bit weird that he kept popping back up after inexplicably exploding.
Indeed. He is holding on to this technology to rule the Mechanicus eternally. It is corruption at its most quintessential.
So your plan is for us to travel to Mars and blackmail the Fabricator General. Not as harebrained as every other one of your plans so far. When shall we leave?
Oh, no. I won't be going. You'll be going on your own.
Okay. Why?
Look, I need to go check in with Father. For better or for worse, I have to inform him of the Vulcan and Korax situation.
Like, tell the truth?
No. I'll tell him we were going to Nocturne to check out that whole artifacts ritual had come to pass, and that it totally kind of did, except not really, and of course that Vulcan accidentally died in an accident when we were there, and also that Corvus Corax was present and is now blaming us for Vulcan's demise.
That's close enough to the truth to confuse me as to why you won't just tell the truth.
Because
Fair point.
not telling that shrieking skeleton in a bag that we are trying to fix the Imperium in his stead. Simple as.
Makes sense.
I'm sure he'll be content enough to hear the two other Primarchs re-entering the fold.
As content as a prisoner being passed or rasp.
I know that reference.
If I'll want to travel to Mars, off-planet, on a political mission, a mission into the depths of Mars itself, a mission where my body tissue is at risk of turning into premiums for sentient slot machines, I will need to bring some choice allies.
Time to institute a healthy bonding experience.
No!
Ooh, I like that artwork.
Alright!
Oh, nice!
Different units to get this to work. First, I'll get a squad
Get
of...
bikes.
Oh, Lincoln Royalist!
Don't need bikes.
Not taking bikes is a mistake.
We do not need bikes for this mission.
You always need bikes.
We do not need bikes, we need politicians.
Why not politicians on bikes?
Bikes won't make arguing policy any easier.
You're arguing with the Adeptus Mechanicus. It literally will.
No bikes! I should be starting off with
Magnus just wants bikes, but he just did make a good point just now.
the Heralds of the Golden Throne. They are particularly well-read diplomats, having mastered the subtle art of the guilt trip.
Wait, a bunch of custodians in their armor?
With barbecue sauce today, but okay, sorry, my mistake.
I'm rubbing over. Could I have a word?
Captain General! You do not visit very often. What brings you here?
And they're paying respect to Kitten.
Captain, we are going on a mission.
My warriors are always at your command,
Wow.
Captain General.
They are actually being obedient to their Captain General and wearing their armor.
You're coming too.
That is so generous of you.
That's kind of interesting.
That's all good, but this mission might need you to excavate the datascapes of ancient Mars, companion. You'd better bring some custodians specialized in digging holes.
I don't exactly have any Iron Warriors available,
Ha! Better about digs holes.
but I might have something better. The Shadowkeeper's Shield.
Shadowkeepers.
They are specialized in safekeeping the secrets buried beneath the Imperial.
Oh yeah, now I know
They
them.
guard vaults containing ancient Dark-Tech abominations too dangerous to even comprehend. A perfect match for this mission. This is slightly uncomfortable.
Not slightly, this is just uncomfortable.
Captain General.
Another one in their armor who's respecting Kitten.
Underbelly to bewail your crushed heart.
What?
You know you cannot keep doing
No!
this.
No! I am here for you and your keepers. What order?
And we're here for you, Captain General.
Stop!
Love is a strange thing, dude.
Not canon.
But sometimes a breakup is a blessing in disguise.
Shut up and get in fucking line, Hog Warden.
So, politicians and hole diggers. Just need some super adverts and we got ourselves a hit job.
I am also going to need some transports.
Bikes.
Bikes are not transports.
They, by definition, are.
They aren't by classification.
Fair.
Coroner's grab carriers sure are. One of those should be enough.
If the pontoons on that thing were protruding upwards, it looked like a big boy sausage mobile.
Besides that, I'll need tech priests, servitors, and other menials capable of extracting the protocol from the databooks.
Shouldn't be an issue. This palace is like a thick brush of technophiles and mechadendrites.
I might also require some brawn. The datascapes of Mars contain many a mechanical spectre, so coming armed would be wise.
You should bring a dreadnought.
Good idea.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah!
Okay, who are these guys?
Servo, Brother Dacia, I am in need of your assistance.
Really?
Really? Come on, lads, you just woke up. Isn't 500 years enough? I need brawn! Brawn!
Did somebody say wrong?
No! Oh god!
Brother Centaures,
Little Kitten, is that you?
it is your Captain General, yes?
Little Kitten. It is good.
A stripper Stonies
I
dreadnought.
hadn't realized you were awake, Centaures.
My master awakened me!
Yeah, of course you did. Would you like to go on a mission?
Finally, my thermic reactor is pulsating with excitement!
Alright, good. Come along then.
Yes, my comms must be ordered. And my lock shall be high.
Yeah, go wash up in the dread shower.
A stripper Stonies
Our
dreadnought.
host has been amassed, and we are ready to leave.
Whoa! Hold on! Why aren't all of them naked?
I'm sorry to report, but not every custodian stopped using their armor.
That's disappointing.
Despawned yours all of you.
I noticed that little thing. Everyone's reaction to 8th edition Custodes Codex.
No one had the time to do that, apparently.
Look, let's be real. Wearing slick, black, gold-trimmed Alaris Terminator armor is just as erogenous as wearing nothing at all.
This is fair.
You honor us, Venerable One.
Humongous Terminator daddies.
Never applied that inflection to the word daddy again.
So, while they stopped preparing, I was considering donning my Captain General's garb to finally escape from this drab, silvery purgatory.
Yeah, the silver and red just do not work.
Was because, honestly, that armor is 2 sizes bigger than me, so it's a bit of a struggle to crawl into, just so you're aware.
No! There is no time to be lost. I'll help you out.
Please, no.
What was she thinking?
Ooh!
This was incredibly unnecessary.
That is some nice armor.
Frequently.
In no need of constructive criticism.
No more useless quibbling Armageddon, companion. Less time playing dress-up as more time spent necromancing father.
For Terra's sake, part of my armor is still silvery. Did you do that on purpose?
No, that's just the malignant powers of Zinch roiling in whatever you wear.
What?
No worries, leave the armor in a tub of simple green overnight and it should be fine.
Oh, brilliant. That's our preferred degreasing brand anyhow. Oil spills are far too abundant in this palace.
There is passive aggression in the air.
It's not as passive as you'd like to believe, Santones!
Like so much body oil.
Also, what is up with these feathers?
I surmised that keeping in contact with you might be
Those are
wise.
Magnus
I ripped
feathers?
off a part of my
Yeah.
being and attached it
They
to
look
your
the
arm.
same.
Those feathers contain a small fragment of my psyche. Mini Magnus, come forth! I'm gone! Whenever you are finished on Mars, just call
It's
upon
like
me.
a little plushy
There's
Magnus.
a direct link from me to you, wherever we might be. Whenever you need teleporting back, just speak to the feathers and I shall hear you.
Understood. Then, if everyone is ready, send us to Mars.
Whip 'em good, companion.
Please send us to fucking Mars already! I want to crawl on the dunes with my fingernails!
Okay.
Now that that's underway, off to see Father. Oh, fuck no! Imperials are so fucking nasty, I swear to the gods.
That's not wrong. He's not wrong. Imperials are weird.
You know when a body part falls asleep and it feels like said body part is being punctured by 1,000 miniature needles in quick succession?
Acutely aware.
I feel that my eyeballs when I'm staring directly at Kamarad. It's actually quite distressing.
Well,
You have fitting description.
Taking the Inquisition again?
Ever heard of the Supreme Overlord of Kamora?
No. Why would we have?
Good point.
Well, the Triumvirate, what we like to call them now, are going to meet up with a Supreme Overlord Vet. Yep, spies on this city. Or, well, I say city. More like a sector-sized underhive with no gravity.
Correction. My brother Lehman and the Grey Knight are not to meet this vet. Only walking Vestroyan stereotype, Fyodor Karamazov, will.
Odd, if you ask me.
Fyodor Karamazov, the Inquisitor?
Or like backseat line to it, with emphasis on seat.
Why would this dark Eldar monarch reserve a meeting with a man wearing a potato sack when he has an actual honest-to-tearing Primarch there to deal with?
They are Eldar, Shield Captain. Naturally, they would assume the unswallowest of the lot would be the figurehead.
Do not underestimate the Supreme Overlord, King Thigh High. He is definitely aware Fyodor is no more.
Wait, Kara Crazy Pantsov is dead?
Not
No,
as much dead
not really.
as overridden.
Yeah.
Who is riding here?
No one. He is riding his throne.
Oh, that's how he controls the throne. Ah, that makes sense, and is blindingly revolting.
Do you know what? Your Lou Battle Brain could never grasp my explanation as anything more than a body double entendre, so there is barely a point in trying to describe to you my newfangled bond with the motor's body.
You are entirely correct in that assessment.
My brain!
What is normal to
I can sense him!
Wow.
The red one returns to the fold!
About damn
That's
time.
a heck of a slap.
Oh, the saucy spice boy returns.
I summoned Prohibition Hammer.
Prohibition's only ever expanded that.
Restraining order.
Son,
Brother.
Brother!
Hot stuff.
What?
curtailment.
Oh,
Proceed.
Father, I have returned,
With chicken wings.
and I bring news of
Oh!
both stellar and
Yeah, chicken
substandard
wings.
nature. Where the fuck?
After having been away for so many years, I would not have expected anything less.
What? Years?
At least 2 years.
What? No! I've been gone for like a month tops!
Did you come here to deliver me lies or news, Magnus?
What? Well, news, of course! And the first piece of news is that my companion, your caretaker... No,
Kitten?
The Captain General? The Captain General, yes! Fuck, of course, that's right.
Munch away, little man.
You...
My mind is no fortress. It is an open pasture ravaged by internecine conflict and chicken.
what?
duly noted.
Okay.
So, yes, indeed, the Captain General is, unfortunately, not returning anytime soon.
I am aware.
You are... aware.
Unsurprising.
Why? Why is that unsurprising?
He is on Mars now, is he not?
What? How do you... What?
Magnus, you are more than aware that father does not answer questions.
Robo.
Oh, that is actually unsurprising.
But I shall be honest with you, in part because I like your new wings. They complement your color palette.
Well,
He's right.
thank you. At least someone around here is capable of a feat such as honesty.
You may not remember, but you almost destroyed the palace some time ago.
Oh shit, really?
Exactly 2 years ago now.
You were very angry. You had to be deprived of your consciousness by the Captain General.
And we helped. I even
Not really.
My femurs. Don't need those shitty wings.
Father refused to help calm you down, so all responsibility lay with the Captain General.
I was very busy doing Emperor things.
Not
The
really.
worst part was that you nearly deconstructed several fabulous buttresses with your big head.
Oh shit.
But the almost worst part was that while your anger management session was still ongoing, these three racketeers took advantage of the situation.
Oh now, racketeers!
Come on, Lord Adorable. Be my wingman for the sweet man.
They convinced the Captain General to resign from his role as caretaker in exchange for aid in tranquilizing you. In
And
the
they did
end,
not help
they
anything.
did not set up fortifications,
Nope.
defied gravity for no reason,
Yep.
and were naked.
As per
They
usual.
were really bad at helping.
Again.
Very
unsurprising.
true.
You three have always been unswerving in your goal to make your Captain General feel like Grok's manure. You remind me of my brothers. The asshole ones.
Oh, damn!
Where did this worship pile of corpses come from? I suspect foul play. Oh, I am funny.
That is a very dad joke kind of
You
thing.
must understand that we only did this because we wanted our chance to bask in the sun that is your being. Kitten has spent centuries tending to you, while our existences have been reserved for shooting rats and pressing benches. We needed reinvigoration. We needed to live again. And we can only truly live by your side. Please, my lord, do not think ill of us for this. I beg of you.
I do not.
Thank you.
In fact, I expected you to do this.
You did?
I did. I also expected Magnus to pick up the broken remains of the Sun Cat after the fact.
God, it's this again.
What? The sulfuric fumes this discussion is producing burns my brain.
Magnus, Shield Captain, have you ever played a game of Regicide?
Obviously.
It's like the Warhammer 40k version of like chess.
Imagine your lives as inert pieces on a Regicide board. Now imagine Father playing a game of Regicide.
I love how they're actually making his pupils move around.
I hope you can follow this comparison, but I understand if you do not, for it is very esoteric.
Well, baby's first metaphor.
I am not an infant. I am many years old.
So, you expected me to take the Captain General along on some space adventures then? Do I even need to tell you what we've been up to, or did you imprint the ideas I've been having on my mind with some of your definitely not deity-like powers?
Tell me anyway. I might be surprised by your definitely not puppet-like autonomy.
As if I wasn't dangling by threads all along, like a clown.
Did not mean to ruffle your feathers.
You are insufferably
They just
cocky.
keep coming.
But literally.
Ha, that is funny. Magnus has the properties of a
Quiet!
No.
No, yes! Fuck you, dog!
I love
I'm
these
telling
jokes.
you about our journey now!
Tell us of the plans you have hatched.
Okay. I first planned on using my newfound...
They're so terrible that it's
to
good.
remove the corruption at the heart of the Imperium by slaughtering the High Lords! Much like the Grand Master of the Officio Sasnorum in the 32nd millennium. That was quite inspirational.
And you failed.
Yes, obviously! As it turned out, they were all shape-shifting Xenos infiltrating the highest command in the Imperium.
How convenient. Hold on for just a moment. Do you mean you saved the Imperium?
Well, technically, but not in the way we intended. After that, we went to Nocturne as I wanted to harness the power of one of Vulcan's most powerful doomsday machines, the Engine of Woes.
And you failed.
Yes, I did! I failed! Turns out Vulcan was alive!
Vulcan has returned?
Yes! And so has Corvus Corax, because he...
I love how they're making
this
these movements to really emphasize
Some
surprise.
shaggy plate-clad pelican!
Corvus too?
You sure you want to go compare people to birds right now?
Yes! And now Corvus hates me because he saw me as I accidentally killed Vulcan with the Engine of Woes because Vulcan was breaking my spine!
1. Corvus already hated you. 2. You do not have a spine.
Fuck you, leave me alone! Calm down, brother. You sound like a screaming rat. Tell us more instead.
Fine, fine, I will. Vulcan and Corax are on their way here now. Vulcan regenerated, obviously.
This is fortunate. The last report regarding Vulcan's fate I have ever received was during the War of the Beast. He fought the most substantially sized orc to have ever faced the Imperium. The eponymous, the Beast.
Strange name for an orc. Usually, when orcs actually have names, the names are only there to highlight their identity as the utter apex of their rickety garbage fraternity. Like, for instance, Big Boss Goldlow, Charisita.
Or War Boss Thigh Master.
Or Book-bred Wolf Smasher.
Or Bad Stitch Red Duster.
Or Gash Smash Weed Stasher Banana Slam Mam Tabram.
Or Big Green! No, I swear that one is completely real. I was reading a book called Death World about the Kitten Jungle Fighters. Check page 19 of that book. It is right there, I promise.
You cannot read. You keep forgetting this.
My glorious overlord, I am determined to learn.
I prefer the Beast as a name, for the Beast was just that. A beast.
Please do inform me more thoroughly of Vulcan's reappearance in the 32nd millennium.
I will do this. In the 32nd millennium, Vulcan existed. During that time, an apocalyptic orc war made an effort to fight every single life form in the galaxy. And they succeeded. Unfortunately for the orcs, this also meant attacking the world of Caldera, a planet which Vulcan had insisted upon defending with his life.
Caldera? That rings familiar. Was it not a world that Vulcan, named after he, Ferris, and Mortaria, last of which had previously fallen in the stairs, had conquered together as part of the 154th Expeditionary Fleet?
Yes, but first he lit it on fire.
Oh, well, shit.
That's not hamstringing the horse straight out of the box or anything.
The human tribes upon the planet had come to worship Eldar Exodites as their saviors, a wretched behavior even he could not allow.
Thusly, Vulcan had the planet turned into a Promethean sun.
Title drop!
Who is this Norman and why did you let him in?
After setting the planet on fire, killing all its inhabitants, Vulcan swore to protect the world with the same ferocity as he would his own homeworld.
Preserving a world of charred corpses entirely out of field is a very
He
Vulcan
hates
thing
the
to do.
When
Eldar.
the orcs attacked it 1500 years later, Vulcan returned to the planet to uphold his vow. And as Vulcan was slain, the orcs invading Caldera, the Inquisition found out about his reemergence.
Did they confuse him for a massive demon and virus bomb the planet?
Probably.
No. They attempted to force him into leading the Imperium.
It is always one or the other.
After the orc threat was abolished on Caldera, Vulcan joined the Imperium's forces led by an Imperial Fist, one of my sons, going by the wall name of Slaughter.
Amazing name. A total action hero he was. I am Slaughter, greatest hero of them all!
This is true, but we are speaking of Vulcan now. Recognizing the Great Beast as the war boss of this entire operation, Vulcan
big boy.
decided to mount an assault upon its headquarters, a massive temple war machine stationed upon the planet of Ulanor.
Oh, wow. Ulanor, huh? Seems like the orc spores weren't properly disposed of. Really proves that the orc genome can make it through anything, even toxic emissions from absolutely fucking atrocious family reunions! And not even Vulcan could quite regenerate from those!
I suppose the Great Beast was a sort of descendant of that one war boss that horse threw from a tower. Remember that? Truly an inspiring moment.
Stop distracting me, and I shall conclude the tale of Vulcan's fate.
Please do. You fetid white-haired little goblin.
Vulcan faced the beast alone, but even with Vulcan's unquestionably extensive muscles, he was unable to kill it. They were too evenly matched. Ultimately, Vulcan made a desperate attempt to rid the galaxy of this green menace. He sacrificed himself by tackling the beast into the temple machine's power generators, detonating them, shattering the war machine in its entirety, and saving the Imperium from one substantially sized issue. For a time. Then it came back, and there were 5 others. The War of the Beast was weird.
Sounds like.
Wow, yes, this does make an uncomfortable amount of sense. The power generators in orc war machines tend to run on pure war powers.
What a name.
This would mean that Vulcan bathed his being utterly in the collective psyches of billions of orcs. Evidently,
Which would
upon
explain his
recent
little,
return, the results have been
episodes.
Well, when I last met Vulcan, I could not help but notice that he wasn't quite the same.
He kept shifting
Of course,
between
that
Vulcan
wasn't
and
the
Orc.
same,
I am still me.
But he's a special case.
My daily 5-minute mirror gazing reinforces this.
What do you mean, Magnus?
I don't mean to worry you.
Saying that amplifies my worry.
Remember how soul fusion is a thing that can occur?
Yes.
Sounds gross.
Of course I remember, you should.
See, I think part of the Orc Gestalt consciousness might have fused with Vulcan's mind. He has these little fits, you see.
So my son is now half-orc.
Yes?
Fan-fucking-tastic. One boy is half-demon and one half-orc. What an absolutely horrid way to get an extended family.
My graciously slathered foreskin. Our brothers-in-law are orcs.
Would you imply that Primarchs are our brothers?
Stepbrothers, maybe? The whole concept of family is losing its appeal by the second.
Hey Magnus, you ever heard of Wincest?
Delete.
Oh no.
Say, Magnus, hypothetically, if you and Vulcan were to fuse, would I get one whole son and one absolute abomination?
No, I think we'd become 1/4 calculated, 1/4 cuddly, and 2/4 bane of all spines.
My spine has shattered upon the very concept.
Magnus, you must tell us of Corvus now.
I have not much to tell, in all honesty. He has a really depressing beard, and I'm fairly certain he's been stuck inside the Engine of Woes for centuries. He'd probably pass the time writing heavy-handed poetry about birds and super death birds.
This sounds accurate.
Yes, it does.
Despite the fancy new curse words Corvus will no doubt shower me in, it is genuinely good to hear of their return. I expect them home by next month. So, in 5 years real time.
I am planning on getting him a chronometer for his birthday.
He has a birthday?
Now there is only one question left to be answered. Remember how we spoke about your talent for finding failure earlier?
I unfortunately remember.
Follow-up question to that would be, exactly what kind of mission have you set the Flaxen Cylinder up to horribly fail at?
Oh, shit.
Would you like to take a break?
Yes!
Good. We will reconvene in 84 years.
Why?
Hey, I know we're kind of past it now, but should we have mentioned how the beast held Terra at gunpoint with a weaponized removal? No. No.
We have sandwiches. That is the scones. Scones are sandwiches. No, they are cakes. No, you don't put butter and cheese on cakes. You are supposed to put clotted cream and jam on top. Scones are not cakes. Cakes are supposed to be sweet. Force Commander, the scones are sweet. No, you do not use sugar to bake scones. Gah! You dare? Scones are sandwich breads. Scones are not fucking bread. Yes, they are made of bread. You dare? You must put a stop to these giant veils to see what the true and faithful are made of. You will stop. One way or the other. No.
I'm just seeing if there's anything like post credits, and also taking a look at some of these patrons and seeing how many have very Warhammer-esque names. there anything post-credits? The fuck was that at the end? I have no idea what that was at that end. But anyway, this was really fun. This was really funny. So from what I understand, the next thing to watch is the Draco podcast, and I'm really looking forward to that one. So, this was fun to get back into. Sorry I was yawning so much. For some reason, in the middle of the day, I just get dead tired. I do not understand why. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to kind of powering through the next podcast, then the episode 28, and then getting to episode 29, because I'm already able to see, like, the thumbnail. Bad jokes, dad jokes. That, I'm looking forward to that, because that sounds like it's going to be interesting. Dad jokes are very low humor, but they're also a very true humor. I love them so much. And I loved the bird jokes that the Emperor was sending Magnus's way here. That was too perfect. But yeah, this was fun. This was enjoyable. I really like this. I'm actually kind of sad that I'm approaching the end of this series, but I have a bunch of other stuff to react to. But with all that said, if you are new to the channel, again, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with our content. Make sure you hit that bell icon so that you're alerted when we upload. If you have suggestions for future videos, drop them in the comments, and if you like the video, indicate so down below. In the description will be a link to Gaming Victorious' Twitter page, so go ahead and follow us on that. And there will be a link to the original video by Bruva Alfabusa. And I highly recommend you go check that out for yourself, because there's a lot of stuff. I'm probably going to do like an off-camera rewatch of this, at least a few rewatches, just to see if I can pick up anything that I might have missed. Because the rewatchability of these is awesome. But yeah, with all that said, I've been Alpha White Wolf. I'm signing off. You keep howling, Wolfpack.